Welcome to the Bamboo Brief. It feels like a battle for the future of the internet is always brewing, but this time it feels different. A brand new challenger has just stepped into the ring, and they're staring down one of the biggest titans in all of tech. So, are we about to see another browser war? Let's really dive into this, because what we're looking at here could be a massive shift in how we all use the internet. Honestly, the question isn't if AI will change browsing anymore, it's who is going to lead that change.
And just this week, OpenAI, the folks who brought us the world-changing ChatGPT, just dropped an absolute bombshell in the tech world. Yep, they've launched their very own web browser, and it's called Atlas.
Now, this is a big deal. This isn't just some other app popping up. No, this is a direct challenge to the undisputed king of the internet, Google Chrome. So, let's get into it. Let's break down the two contenders in this fight for the future of the web. All right, so in one corner, you've got the heavyweight champion, the undisputed king, Google Chrome. It's the gateway to the internet for literally billions of people. And in the other corner, you have this AI-powered challenger, OpenAI Atlas. And its goal is to fundamentally change what a browser even is. Okay, let's let that number sink in for a second. 3 billion users. That's the sheer scale we're talking about with Chrome. Google's dominance is built on this absolutely massive global user base that's been growing for more than a decade. That's not just a wall. That is a formidable fortress. But you can't count the challenger out just yet. See, OpenAI isn't exactly starting from scratch here. They have a built-in audience of 800 million ChatGPT users. These are people who are already totally familiar with their AI, and you have to believe they're ready and waiting for the next big move. So the big question is, can a newcomer really take on a giant like Google? It seems impossible, right? Well, history actually tells us it's not just possible, it's happened before. And the funny thing is, Google literally wrote the playbook on how to do it. Just take a look at this. This timeline shows it perfectly. No tech giant is invincible. Think back to 2008. Internet Explorer was the browser. It was king. Then Google comes along and launches Chrome, and they focused on 2 things, speed and innovation. And look what happened. In just 4 years, it completely overtook IE. By 2022, Internet Explorer was officially a thing of the past. Retired, gone. So, okay, we've established that history says a giant can fall. But here's the really interesting part. OpenAI isn't just trying to build a better, faster version of Chrome. That's not their game. No. They're betting the farm on a completely new way to browse the web, and it's all centered on AI. And OpenAI CEO, Sam Altman, he puts it perfectly. He says this is a once-a-decade opportunity to rethink what a browser can even be. The whole idea is to move way beyond just, typing a web address into a bar and hitting enter. And the core of this whole vision is a feature they're calling agent mode. Now get this, this isn't just about asking your browser questions. No, this is about giving your browser a goal and then letting it just go. It will navigate the web for you, clicking links, filling out forms, pulling together information all on its own. So you're probably wondering, how does that actually work? Well, it's a really simple but crazy powerful 3-step process. First, you just state your goal. Something like, hey, find and book the best-rated Italian restaurant near me for 2 people Saturday at 8 p.m. Then, step 2, Atlas just goes off and navigates the web to make it happen. And step 3, you just get the results. Done. Again, Sam Altman just boils it down perfectly. He says, it's using the internet for you. And that right there captures the entire vision. Your browser stops being a passive window and becomes an active assistant, your personal agent on the web. Okay, so this vision of a hands-free, super intelligent internet assistant, it's powerful stuff, right? It sounds amazing. But, and it's a big but, it's not without some major challenges and some very real concerns. Atlas has a really steep hill to climb here. Look, people are already getting comfortable with AI. A recent poll showed that 60% of Americans are already using AI for search, so the appetite is there. The problem is, handing over total control of your browser to an AI, that starts to raise some pretty big red flags for a lot of experts. And a Forrester analyst named Patty Harrington asks a really critical question here. He says, when an AI learns literally everything about you so it can act on your behalf, Is it really acting as you, or is it acting based on what its own algorithm, or maybe even its advertisers wants it to do? That's a scary thought. And honestly, that's just the tip of the iceberg. We still have the very real problem of AI hallucinations, when the AI just confidently makes stuff up. Then you've got huge questions about data privacy and user control. What about the impact on all the online publishers who rely on our clicks? And then there's just quality. A recent study found that nearly half of AI responses had flaws. That's a massive hurdle for a tool that needs you to trust it completely. So there you have it. The battle lines are drawn. On one side, you have the established, trusted, familiar power of Google Chrome. And on the other, you have the revolutionary, exciting, but totally unproven AI-first vision of OpenAI's Atlas. And that brings us to the final, most important question. This is really about the future of the internet, and it's a question that you, me, all of us are going to have to answer soon. So what's it going to be? Will you stick with the familiar power of Chrome, or are you ready to embrace the intelligent, automated, but maybe risky future that Atlas is promising? Moments of disruption like this is where the future gets written, and it's also where huge opportunities can be found for investors. So if you're looking to start investing in the tech giants of today, and maybe the giants of tomorrow, you should check out the Bamboo investment app. I've got my referral code in the description below. Using it is a great way to get started, and it really helps support the channel. But I really want to know what you think. Is this the next browser war? Who are you betting on? The Titan, Chrome, or the challenger, Atlas? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, if you enjoyed this explainer, do me a favor and hit that like button. And be sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the tech that's shaping our world. Thanks so much for watching the Bamboo Brief.